January 8th is when we take a look at the fellow who paved the way for bubble blowing contests. Walter Deemer was born on January 8th in 1905. He trained himself to be an accountant, but that is not why we know about Walter today. It did, however, put him in the right place at the right time. Walt recognized his opportunity, and that's what today's story is about. Our story starts in prehistoric times, in Central America. The natives learned that they could chew on the dried sap of the sapodilla tree. They called it chicle. Now, we jump forward to the mid-1800s. Freemason Sam Houston decided to release Freemason Santa Anna to return to Mexico, rather than have him executed, after that whole Alamo thing. Santa Anna took with him to New York City barrels of chicle, and this is how the chewing gum industry got its start. Chicle is about as flavorful as chewing on thick water. But a whole host of people started fooling around with the new material. Additives and flavors were added, and poof-ta, a whole new industry started. Songs were written about chewing gum, and comic book characters were created. Teachers thought that it was the end of civilization. Doctors claimed that it would cause intestines to stick together, and pedestrians didn't like it either, but scientists sure did. A couple of science researchers asked themselves, just why is chewing gum so sticky? Their investigations discovered that it was all of the micro bubbles that were infused into the goo, and the fact that the chewing gum molecules do not like water, but are attracted to oils, and oily things. This is why chewed gum sticks to the bottom of your shoe so well. Your shoes are made from polymers that are made from oil. The research into the stickiness of chewing gum has led to better glues for tapes like Gorilla Tape. But back to our story about the history and development of chewing gum. Henry Fleer started the Fleer Chewing Gum Company in 1885. Soon, he needed to hire someone to keep up with all of the money that he was making, and that's where Walter Deemer enters the story. Walter just kept up with things, and pondered chewing gum. After all, it was his job. He liked bubbles, and who doesn't? He wanted to blow bubbles with chewing gum, so he started fooling around with different ingredients. After a few years he came up with the perfect mixture, but it was white, and who wants to chew white gum? He added the only food coloring that he had, which was pink. He cut up the goo into small hunks, wrapped them in wax paper, and had a local candy store field test his invention. The store owner called him a few hours later and said that he needed more. Today, bubble gum is a billion-dollar industry. Almost all chewing gum today is no longer made with chicle, but polyvinyl acetate, or PVA. PVA is also the main ingredient in many paints and glues. Gumball machines were first introduced in 1907, but they did not catch on until Thomas Adams got the idea of putting a small mirror on the machines. Children did not have spending money, and adults were not so interested in purchasing the candy. That is, until they could do so and take a quick look at themselves, without appearing to be too vain. Encourage innovation.